Sometimes, looking at something is not enough to understand it. Sometimes you need to close your eyes. Because there are two small sounds, and our brain reacts to both in the same way. The click of Lego. The sound of a block settling into place in Minecraft. There are decades and completely different worlds between them, but both tell your brain the same thing. You did it. So why? Because some things work first not through image, but through sound. That tiny click sound that comes when two hard plastic pieces fit perfectly together lasts only a moment, but it forms a much bigger sentence in your mind. It worked. It clicked into place. Everything is complete. And the strange thing is that we carried this feeling from the physical world into the digital one. The sound you hear when you break a block in Minecraft, or place one into position, speaks the same language. One is plastic, the other is software. But for your mind, both mean action and reaction, touch and response, chaos and order. Human beings first understood the world with their hands. They learned by touching, turning, breaking, and shaping. We did not understand our environment only by watching it, but by changing it. Today, a large part of our lives happens behind glass screens. We touch, but we do not really hold. We click, but we do not really feel. And this is exactly where Minecraft and Lego feed a very old hunger. They give us the feeling that we are arranging the world again with our own hands. So the real question is this: why is it so satisfying? Why do millions of people spend hours in a world made of blocks, instead of choosing more realistic, more polished, more perfect worlds? Because what is being sold here is not just a game. What is being sold is a manageable version of the world. What makes Lego powerful is not just the small brick itself, but the fact that the pieces fit together with trust. Those tubes underneath, the clutch power, tell you this: yes, the system works. And that feeling of trust matters, because the human mind loves compatibility. Compatibility creates trust. Trust gives courage to experiment, and experiment is where creativity begins. Lego does not give you total freedom. It gives you safe freedom. Minecraft does the same thing in the digital world. Everything there is tied to an invisible grid. You cannot place a block randomly. Everything has to fit into the place defined by the system. At first, this looks like a limitation. In fact, it opens the way for creation, because the human mind often freezes in a completely unlimited space. Limits, on the other hand, give direction. A river flows because it has banks. Minecraft and Lego give you those banks. And this is where the paradox begins. The more limited it is, the more productive you become. In real life, building something is complex. It requires calculations, technical knowledge, and the cost of mistakes. But in Lego and Minecraft, the system solves the engineering for you. What remains is creation. And that is where a big part of the satisfaction comes from. Because you are not fighting both chaos and technical disaster at the same time. The system carries that weight for you. That is why in Minecraft, people can spend hours adjusting the angle of a roof. Because Minecraft is not a game of reality. It is a game of building. The world does not tell you look. It tells you touch. It does not tell you consume. It tells you change. Lego does the same. It does not give you something finished. It gives you potential. What comes out of the box is not a product. It is possibility. And human beings become attached to possibility, especially when they can shape it with their own hands. In behavioral economics, this has a name: the IKEA effect. People assign more meaning to things they have put effort into. If you struggled while building it, if you even made a few mistakes, it feels more like yours. It may not be perfect, but you love it more because it is no longer just an object. It is your object. Labor leaves an emotional signature inside it. This is why Minecraft and Lego are not only about sound or system. At some point, the issue becomes ownership. If you built something yourself, you feel more attached to it. The difference between survival mode and creative mode in Minecraft comes from this. In creative, everything is available instantly. In survival, you have to work for it. The result may look the same, but for your mind, it is not the same, because the brain does not only attach itself to the result, it also attaches itself to the process. Sometimes the process matters more than the outcome itself. That is why a finished Lego set is not what is sold. What comes out of the box is pieces, because the real product is not the final form, but the road leading to it. That messy pile of parts gives you a promise. If you work on this, a whole can emerge. That is one of the promises the human mind loves most. Because in real life, you usually do not get that guarantee. But Lego and Minecraft tell you this. Yes, something can come out of this. And it can come out through your own hands. This takes us somewhere deeper, to Seymour Papert's constructionism. Papert believed that people do not gain knowledge only by listening or memorizing. Human beings build knowledge, and they often do this through objects. In other words, to understand some things, you need a model outside yourself, something you can touch, break, rebuild, and experiment with. That is why games are not always just entertainment. Sometimes they are rehearsal spaces for thinking. Minecraft is a strong example of this. For many children, redstone becomes the first intuitive school of electricity, logic gates, and cause and effect. A concept that feels boring in school becomes alive when you are trying to build an automatic door in Minecraft. You do not just learn it, you live it, you test it, you absorb it. That is why Minecraft is not only a digital toy, it is a way of rehearsing how the world works on a smaller scale. Some people looking from the outside see this as escape, but I think the opposite is true. We do not go into these worlds to escape reality. We go there to make reality manageable on a smaller scale, because the real world is too large, too complex, and often too frightening. You cannot control traffic. You cannot know what the economy will do tomorrow. You cannot manage what other people will think. But inside a block world, you become the subject again. You can intervene. You can create order. That is why satisfaction is not just pleasure. It is a feeling of control, a feeling of completion, a feeling that something is exactly as it should be. This is why the Lego click is so powerful. It is not just a mechanical sound. It is a mental confirmation. Minecraft does the same thing by giving you constant small rewards. This block fit here. This structure is complete. This circuit works. In real life, most things stay unfinished. But Lego and Minecraft give you small closed loops, and the brain loves that. There is also an aesthetic side to it. Minecraft's blocky, rough appearance may seem like a weakness at first. In fact, it is an advantage, because it does not give you everything. You complete part of it yourself. It leaves space for imagination. Lego does the same. Simple pieces can turn into endless things in the mind. That simplicity is not poverty, it is openness. And this brings us to a bigger question. Why do human beings want to build? Why is it not enough just to watch, own, or consume? Maybe because this is part of what being human is, giving form to matter, turning chaos into order, bringing together what is scattered, making the uncertain meaningful. That is why we see the same impulse not only in toys, but everywhere in life. We arrange homes, we write, we cook, we code. In all of them, the same movement exists, creating order. And this is where the success of Minecraft and Lego becomes almost poetic. Both tell you this: the world may be huge, but at least I can organize this small part. Maybe you cannot change everything, but here you can build a house, a bridge, a machine, a castle. It looks small, but psychologically it is huge. Sometimes a person stays standing, not by fixing the whole world, but by organizing one small corner. Infinite possibilities are not always freedom. Sometimes they are fear. That is why even creative people set limits for themselves, because limits do not kill creativity. They give it direction. Lego and Minecraft are systems that achieve this on a mass scale. Limitation, paradoxically, produces freedom, because it does not suffocate you. It gives you ground to stand on. Maybe that is why, no matter the age, the hand that touches Lego, or the player who breaks their first block in Minecraft, feels the same small excitement, because these games do not just say play. They say participate. They say don't consume, transform. They remind us of something the modern world makes us forget. When human beings stay passive, they get tired. They heal while making. They calm down while building. They recover while assembling. And maybe the heart of the video beats exactly here. Minecraft and Lego feel satisfying because they give us back something we lost. Tactility, the feeling of intervention, small victories, the freedom to make mistakes, the feeling of dividing chaos into small pieces and controlling it. Maybe that is why, even though there are decades and completely different materials between the click of a Lego piece and the sound of a Minecraft block settling into place, our brains hear both as the same sentence. You did it. It worked. This piece belongs here. And maybe the deepest reason is this. Human beings are creatures searching for a place of their own in the universe. Sometimes they do it with ideas, sometimes with cities, sometimes with relationships, and sometimes with small blocks. But in essence, they are always doing the same thing, looking at the disorder of the world and trying to build at least a small order. Maybe even after billions of years, our desire to strike the first two stones in our hands together will never disappear. Technologies may change, screens may get thinner, graphics may improve, plastic may give way to other materials, but the human need to search for that small sound will not disappear. That click sound. Because sometimes what we call satisfaction is not just entertainment. Sometimes satisfaction is feeling that you can give even a small shape to the world. And maybe that is why we return to both Lego and Minecraft for the same reason. Not to play with things, but to put something into place.
Robots are no match for a master builder, for I see everything. My eyes. A special one with face of yellow.